welcome to my channel Auto Tech Experts. Today we are going to discuss top 20 interview questions for mechanical engineering students. These questions frequently you will find in these interviews, so let us start with that one. Before going to these details of the questions, let me tell you some common questions which are asked in these interviews. Suppose first question it is asked that why you have chosen this branch or why you have chosen this mechanical engineering. The very good answer you can say that from the childhood I am fond of machines, automobiles and mechanisms of those things. So keeping interest in that thing, I have done some projects also in my schoolings. That's why to enhance my career in this field, I have chosen this mechanical engineering as my stream. Also in this 4 years of mechanical engineering degree, I have done such types of projects to highlight your interest in mechanical engineering, you can say. Okay, now we are going the top 20 questions. The first one I have written. What is the first law of TD? You know TD, thermodynamics. It is very common and very easy also, but it is also very much it is asked in this question. What is the first law of TD? The first law of TD is based upon the conservation of energy principle. Energy cannot be created nor be destroyed. It only changes one form to another form. In a gist, if I can say, total energy remains constant. Giving you an example. When a vehicle is moving, the wheels are rotating, it having which energy? Kinetic energy. But when we are applying the brakes, the vehicle has stopped. So the kinetic energy is now zero. So where that kinetic energy has gone? Now that kinetic energy is converted to heat energy. So total energy remains constant, only the forms of energy has changed. So that is in mathematical term also written as del Q equals to du plus del W. The amount of heat transfer equals to change in internal energy in a system plus the work has done by a system. Okay, the question number 2, define pitting. It is a question from the production area. Pitting is nothing else, you can say that it is a corrosion. It is a chemical reaction which produces corrosion and small holes will be produced in the metals. So it is a defect. So pitting is a corrosion related things which produces holes in the metal. Number 2. Number 3. What is the importance of tolerance in engineering? You see, whenever we are producing any products in the manufacturing industry, definitely we are able to allow the dimension from this to this. That means there is a allowance of product dimension, and that is known as higher limit and to lower limit. And higher limit minus lower limit is known as the tolerance. You know that accuracy, 100% accuracy is very good, but variability is a law of nature. You cannot produce any of this product which is 100% accuracy. So if we not allow tolerance in manufacturing, so the product cost will be increases and the rejection chances is also maximum. So according to the standards, we have to allow some tolerances in every production. Okay, next one, what is a universal coupling? Universal coupling, when two shafts are inclined to each other and you want to join them, then this universal joint is required. Giving you a real life examples, you have seen in case of these automobiles, buses and trucks, the propeller shaft is connected to the differential by means of a U-J-cross, universal joints. So why it is? Because these two shafts are inclined to each other at different angles. So how to connect them? By means of a U-J-cross. The power is smoothly transferred by this universal joint. And in this universal joint, you will find a cross shaft is connected through a numbers of hinges. Okay. Next one, what is engineering drawing? Engineering drawing is known as the language of engineers. If you want to give some details about some metals or some products and specific information has to be given, the method, the way is only the engineering drawing. So that is a very important in case of this production. What is the use of thermostat in cooling system of automobile? The sixth question, what is the use of thermostat in cooling system of automobile? You see, in the cooling system, besides many components, a very important component we are using, that is thermostat. The main objective of this thermostat is that it increases the engine efficiency. It means whenever the engine is very much cooled, it does not allow the coolant to flow to this radiator. So the engine will easily warm up, and whenever the engine temperature is increases beyond its design limits, then this thermostat valve is opened and this coolant is transferred to this radiator, so the engine temperature again decreases. So overall you can say that it perfectly maintains the engine temperature for a good efficiency. The last seventh number one, explain the term torque. Torque, we can say that force into radius. It is the force which whenever it is applied, a body tends to move. Wherever in case of mechanical engineering, we are more convenient to torque than that of this power, because in mechanical engineering our motto or objective is many of the things have to be rotated. It may be a turbine shaft, may be a automobile wheel, it is rotating. So torque is the force that enables to rotate. So torque is force into radius. Force into radius, you can say that this unit is Newton into meter. So moving to the next question, question number 8. Why Zeroth Law of TD named so? We have come across many laws in physics and chemistry, first law, second law, third law, but in thermodynamics there is a Zeroth Law. Why it is named so? Because this Zeroth Law is the basis of all other laws of thermodynamics. But as it is invented after first and second law, so we cannot name it as a third or fourth law. As it is a basis of all the laws, so it is named as Zeroth Law of Thermodynamics. And Zeroth Law of Thermodynamics is what? Zeroth Law of Thermodynamics is saying that if system A is thermal equilibrium with system B, also separately thermal equilibrium with system C, then B and C are also thermal equilibrium with each other. We can write like this: A, B and C, they are A thermal equilibrium with B, A also thermal equilibrium with C, then B and C are thermal equilibrium with each other. Okay, next question. Which pipes are used for steam lines? Steel pipes which will not be rusted, as well as these are welded. Welding is a permanent joint and the strength of welding is very high. So steel pipes with welded joints are used in case of the steam lines. Next question, question number 10. What is the alloy of tin and lead? Tin and lead, very popularly this alloy is known as solder, and it is used in case of electronics industries. Okay, next, what is explain enthalpy? Enthalpy is a very important term. Also, enthalpy does not have any specific definitions. You can say that enthalpy is the heat content of a body. Enthalpy is denoted as H equals to U plus PV. As U is the internal energy property of a system, P and V are also the property of the system. So you can say that this H, this enthalpy is also a property of a system, Okay. Question number 12. What is the difference between pneumatic system and hydraulic system? It is a very important question in case of fluid mechanics. In pneumatic system, air pressure is used, but in case of hydraulic system, fluid is used. You know, in case of this hydraulic system, pressure is more, the power is more, also the maintenance is also more. But in case of this pneumatic system, where air pressure is used, pressure is less, maintenance is less, you can say the working cost is also less. Next question, moving to the next question, what do you mean by case hardening? This is a heat treatment process, and in this heat treatment process of a metal or any tools, the surface will be hardened. The surface will be treated by means of supplying carbon or nitrogen, so that the core portion will remain soft, but the surface will be hardened, and that is known as case hardening. What is auto ignition temperature? The question number 14. Auto ignition temperature, this question is coming from IC engine, internal combustion engine. Auto ignition temperature is the lowest temperature at which the fluid is spontaneously burned at the atmospheric pressure. And you know that in case of petrol and diesel, which auto ignition temperature is more? Petrol having auto ignition temperature is more, so that in case of petrol engine we are using an external ignition system, that is the spark plug. Next question, what is cavitation in pumps? Cavitation means the creations of bubbles, cavities inside this fluid, you can say the fluid areas. And why it is created? Now this cavitation is created due to the low pressure at certain areas relative to the other areas, and due to that one, in this impeller, in this pump impeller, these cavitations are produced, and it is highly harmful to these metal particles. Okay, next one, what are the different types of heats? There are three types of heats are possible. One, you can say clearance heat, transition heat, and interference heat. Suppose, giving you an example, this is a hole and this is a shaft, and whenever this hole is here, that means there is a clearance between this shaft diameter and the hole diameter. So it is a clearance feet, you can say that. But if it is a transition feet, then what will happen? The hole tolerance and the shaft tolerance will overlap. Then you will find the transition feet. But if it is a interference feet, it cannot go inside this one. Suppose this is the hole and this is the shaft. It cannot go inside this hole. So this is the interference feet. Next question. What is GD&T? It is a short form and very popularly used in case of this manufacturing industries. GD&T means geometric dimensions and tolerances. Question number 8. What is annealing? Annealing is a very popular heat treatment process where the metal is heated above its recrystallization temperature and cooled slowly. Recrystallization temperature, again, if it is asked, the temperature at which new grains are formed. So when a metal is heated above the recrystallization temperature and slowly cooled, then this process is known as annealing, and due to annealing, the hardness and the strength of the material is increases. Also, dislocations in case of this metal structure has decreased. This defect has decreased due to this annealing. Question number 19. What does AFBC stands for? This is coming from power plant engineering. AFBC, atmospheric fluidized bed combustion system. That is AFBC. And finally, the question number 20. Define knurling. Knurling is a manufacturing operation, and it is performed in the lathe tool over a shaft. And knurling means the creation of a pattern. You can see over here a pattern. This type of pattern is also known as knurling, which is prepared in case of a lathe tool for easy handling of the shaft or a bar. So we have discussed question number 1 to question number 20, which are the very important in case of this interview is related. So I think you have enjoyed this session and many of your doubts have been cleared. If then also you require some more explanation or you are having more queries, you can comment in the comment box. And if still yet you have not subscribed, please subscribe it, share it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you.